Hi everyone, I'm doing a book review today on George R. R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire saga, or series. There are 7 books, but only 4 out right now, and those 4 are A Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast for Crows. The other 3 would be A Dance with Dragons, The Winds of Winter, and A Dream of Spring. Anyways, um, about this author, George R. R. Martin, he is a fantasy science fiction writer, and in this particular book, he creates like an entire world, and he mixes like the perfect blend of fantasy and realism, and it's just fantastic. Most people compare him to Tolkien, and that's a very high honor, and although I sort of agree, most people say they have the same writing style, and I'm like, no, they don't. They're from 2 different like time periods. First of all, they sound totally different, and one's like George R. R. Martin's like dark fantasy. So I hate when people compare the writing styles. The reason they are similar though are because they have the ability to create like entire worlds. Like it's not just a simple land. It's just more complex. And then another reason I compare them is that they're going to be they are like great impacts on the science fiction fantasy genre level. I mean fantasy, but anyways, um, Tolkien's just like the father of fantasy, and I think George R. R. Martin is definitely like the father of like dark fantasy. Um, about this book, I have to give people a warning. It is a rated R book. That's all I have to say. There is sex and willing and unwilling, so there is rape. There is just gruesome violence. Um, there's incest and young girls getting married to older men. But then you have to keep in mind this is back in the day, and George R. R. Martin's keeping it very real. So don't let ignorance just freaking stop you from buying this book or enjoying it. Sorry about that. Um, um, this is a book about a land called Westeros, and it is like the first book, A Game of Thrones, basically gives away what the story is going to be about. Everybody wants to be on a throne, specifically the Iron Throne, that is the main throne that is in this land, the King's Throne. But everyone wants to get a throne, whether it's the King's Throne or just a Lord's Throne. And they're playing this dangerous game, and people are so focused on getting a throne or protecting a throne that they forget that there are other dangers in the world. So what I liked about this book is Martin's writing style. It is very defined, unique, and it doesn't vary at all. The detail is perfect. There's not too much to the point where you're sitting there talking about the threads on a pillowcase, and it's not too little, like to the point where they're just like thrown at you. He just gives you this broad picture that just comes to you and it flows. I love his detail. The characters that he creates are just brilliant. Everyone's unique, different, and it's just fantastic how he creates these characters. And what I love about his characters is you could basically like, love, dislike, hate these characters, but it goes a lot deeper than that. You could like love to hate a character, like so evil, but even though he's evil, he's like so cool that you love him. Or you could like hate to love a character, like you really hate that character, but then George R. R. Martin like starts to make you like pity that character, and it's just amazing how he creates this bond that you get with this character. And there are definitely like emotional bonds you get when you're reading this book to the characters, and that is very important. It's just great. Most people complain that there are too many characters, but I think it's perfect. If you don't have the mind capacity to handle all these characters, then this is not the book for you. But I don't know why people complain. He creates a world, and there's not just 10 people in a world. Everybody has a name, everybody has a story. And about George R. R. Martin, he does not add a character, a detail, a sentence, a word without having some meaning. everything he has in this book has some meaning, whether it happens 10 minutes later or 10 years later. Everything's important. That's why I love George R. R. Martin. Anyways, there's a lot of like intrigue and just stories that all connect. It's just like this web of history and, you know, just everything that comes together. It's fantastic. That's what I love about this book. It's just great. And what I didn't like is George R. R. Martin did do one thing that absolutely bothered me that I wish he didn't even do, but I'm not going to ruin the story for you. If you really must know, you can email me and I'll tell you, but I'm not going to ruin the story for people who haven't read it. This book, I definitely say from a 1 to 10, it's like an 11. Like, it is beyond great. Like, I have nothing really bad to say about it. Yes, it has flaws, but I just, like, it's a must-have. It's a must-have, and I think you should do anything you can to get this book. Borrow from friends, you know, just go out and buy it, used or new, or whatever you can do, except steal. That's bad. And, it's just one of those books that you'll, like, never want to end. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm at the last page, but I just want to, like, not have it end. But you are going to want to know what happens next, so that's what to get to. It's one that you'll just read over and over, and you'll have to because of how much, like, history and how much you might miss the first read, so that's, like, a very good thing to have, is a book that you'll read over and over. And it's, like, a must for any fantasy collector. If they collect fantasy books, it's just a must-have. You must have these books. And, even though it's not finished, it's just a must-have. George R. R. Martin's working on the next one, so we'll have to wait. Anyways, a place that you can go when you have questions and you need to know what's going on in the book, I suggest Tower of the Hand, but I definitely say don't go to that site unless you have read all 4 books that are out right now. And when you do visit this site, just go to, like, the frequently asked questions, and there might be some questions that you didn't even think about thinking, and now you, like, know more about it. It's just fantastic. Also, they have, like, an index over there where you could, like, type in a character's name you want to know more about, and they have a whole thing of the character that you're trying to figure out. And another thing is they have, like, family trees, so if you had, like, some confusion as to who was related to who, they have, like, the whole houses, the whole trees and all that. It's just fantastic. They have this person there that does theories called Ghost Love Singer, and she has I don't know, sorry, but they have fantastic theories, and you need to check them out. You'll, like, just be, like, amazed at what you didn't even think was happening in the book. If you have any, like, if you need any help finding your way around there, you could ask me or one of the people in the discussions that are the topics, and they'll help you out. They're really nice people. And so just check out Tower of the Hand. They have great things that you would want to check out after reading these books. And I'd say again, don't go to that site unless you've read all 4 books. Another update for this is HBO is making an adaptation of A Song of Ice and Fire, and it's going to be called The Game of Thrones, and it's coming out April 17th of this year. So check that out. It looks amazing. I was scared at first. I'm like, oh my god, it's not going to be good, but of course nothing's going to be like the book, so I'm excited now that I'm looking more into it. It looks great. Whether you read the books or not, I definitely suggest you check this out. On Tower of the Hand, they have some more information about this, and I'll post a link to Tower of the Hand, and I'll post some, like, links to, like, videos you could watch that talks about the HBO. So you check those out too. And remember, it's coming out April 17th, and those are all the updates I have for this book. It's fantastic. These books, just check it out. It's fantastic. It's like my #1 recommended book series, even though it's not even finished. Can you believe that? Now, just I don't know what else to say. Check out these books because they're fantastic. Okay, bye.